We are back, continuing on some more Run and Bun here. Picking up from my last stream, which wasn't too well. I ended up losing 2 Mons to the Hail Trainer due to one oversight, not seeing that my Magneton was speed tied with a Dugong, which kind of snowballed. So I ended up losing my Magneton and my Meganium, which kind of sucks. But I still have a good box. So in the long run, it's not terrible, but definitely can't afford making those little risks. And I think without the Magneton, this next fight that I was trying to prep for, was kind of cooking me a little bit. I couldn't find any riskless lines without needing to use another rare candy to bring my Obstagoon to level 50. I already used a rare candy to bring him above the level cap, so now he's 2 levels above. Yeah, because without it, I didn't have guarantees on some of the killing rolls, which could result in catastrophes, so I figured it's not worth the risk, and I might as well just break out the rare candy because I don't know who I would use it for potentially at this point, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So with him being at level 50, this makes this fight a whole lot easier. So let me just triple check things here. Yeah. Alright, so this should be good. Let's go ahead and get this fight done, because it's been giving me a hard time here. Alright, Picnicker Sophie would like to battle. So, the big issue with this fight is that this Slurpuff has Sticky Web. Which, if it sets up, anytime you swap in a Pokemon, it loses 1 speed stage. Which is pretty awful. I tried figuring out ways to either prevent it or try to mitigate it with Rapid Spin, but every line I try to construct involved some risk happening. So this is one of the reasons why I ended up leveling up my Obstagoon, because at 49 Facade, Guts boosted Facade with a Silk Scarf was only an 87% chance to KO. Which, if it didn't, it would set up Sticky Web. And just to prevent that from happening, I just ended up using another rare candy to make it a guaranteed. So now at 50, it always does at least 100%. So we're gonna start off by one-shotting the Slurpuff here. Critical hit. It's kind of the game laughing at me for using the rare candy there. Alright, so this should bait in Licky Licky next. Alright, and Licky Licky here will always see Brick Break as highest damage. So I could swap to Josiah the Hitmonlee to take that pretty well. Let me just triple check he's holding... Yep. Alright, so swap in on the Brick Break. Alright, and now with a Muscle Band, Fake Out into Low Kick is a guaranteed KO. Let me just triple check that here. Yeah. Alright, so low kick will always kill from here. Perfect. Hawk Ho. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good evening. Alright, so now this should bring in Alcremie. See, I was expecting Appleton. I think that should be okay. Because I could swap to let's see. Hitmonlee does outspeed and KO with outspeed and 2-shot, so it shouldn't set up a Calm Mind or Acid Armor. It should always go for Draining Kiss. I could swap to probably Vivillon to bait, then a Mystical Fire. Yeah. No, this is not well, it is Emerald, but it's a modded version of Emerald. That updates the game to make it 1,000 times more difficult. Yeah, so I could go to Vivillon, because after taking a Draining Kiss, it'll always then see that it dies to Mystical Fire, which then I could swap that onto Obstagoon. So let me do that here. So Draining Kiss. Alright, so now it sees that it always kills with Mystical Fire, so I could swap back to Obstagoon. And that won't deal that much damage to it. Perfect. Alright, and now with the, again, Silk Scarf, Guts, Facade will always one-shot this Alcremie. Alright. And then this will bring up Appleton last. And this was the other thing that was freaking, like, just making my line super difficult. So, the rare candy also allows me to guarantee one-shot this Appleton with Guts Twisted Facade as well. There we go. Alright. Very happy to be done with that fight. It was really, I was really trying to rack my brain around it. Alright, so let's go back up and heal. Yeah, I appreciate it. That fight took me a few hours to work around, so I'm glad to be done with it. Alright, so with that fight done now, we can go ahead and take a look at the next fight here, which should be easier. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, so for this I could just open by taking out the let's see, I could actually see, I could do Infernape Bleed actually. Go for Fake Out into Flare Blitz. Let's see. Actually, no, that would still always bait Selgor. Yeah, so no point to. I could just Acrobatics the Survivor. Bait something into Final Gambit, that'll always live. Probably Donphan, most likely. Which would bait Water Shuriken. Let's see, I could swap to I could swap to Seadra on the Water Shuriken. That would bait either Gunk Shot or Acro, either of which would be perfectly fine for Togedemaru. And then I could just 1v1 this thing with Togedemaru here. Go for Fake Out into Zing Zap. Yeah, that should work. Let's see. I might need to give Donphan a berry to Hey, what's up, Sean? It's good to see you. Long time no see. Let me see. If I give Donphan a citrus berry, I don't want to have to waste another citrus. Let me see. 1 equals times 100 minus 88. That would be 18. Yeah, I would have to give him a citrus berry, unfortunately. Yeah, it's been I don't know how many years. It's been forever. How are you doing, Evs? I hope life's been treating you well. kind of funny, kind of bringing things back with my old YouTube channel here. Definitely feels nostalgic. That should be all I need. I'm gonna turn off the game audio a bit, turn on some background music. Let's see, volume mixer. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. Are you still living in SoCal, or have you moved somewhere? Citrus berry for Donphan, and orange for the other guys. Let's get Cedra up in here. You first. Get some orange berries here. Let's see. Yeah. That's cool. I'm still I've moved around a little bit, but nah, I currently, actually, my wife and I, we actually own a house now in East LA. We just got it a couple months ago. Alright, so this line should work out pretty well. Hate you. Go to you, go to you. Fake out. Sing zap. Alright, we should be good here. So next trainer up there. Save real quick. Triple check. so this line should work out here. Let me grab these items first. Nugget. Revival herb. Poison gem. Alright. Let's go and do this fight here. Alright, Ninja Boy Lung or Lung. Alright, so first thing I could do here, Archeops, Acrobatics, guarantees one-shots. That's a Viper here. This will bring in El Selgor, which is very, very, very likely to kill itself with Final Gambit. So hopefully we see that here. Yep. So Final Gambit. That'll bring me low, but I'll regain some HP with my Citrus Berry. This will bring in Greninja, which should only see a KO with Water Shuriken. Let me see that here. Yeah, 58. Yeah. Yeah, so can only go for Water Shuriken here. So I'm gonna swap to Seadra to take that Water Shuriken. Alright, perfect. Now it sees highest damage with either Gunk Shot or Acrobatics. Either is perfectly fine to switch in Jackie into here. Let's see. Alright, Gunk Shot. Perfectly fine. Alright, so now I can do a little chip with Fake Out. And let's see. I think it will, let's see. Should see highest damage with only Water Shuriken, which I could take pretty well, and it will turn it back into a water type, which Zing Zap would then always one-shot it. Yep, just like that. Alright, perfect. Super clean. Alright, pretty easy fight. Let's check the next one here. In a couple fights, there's going to be a really, really tough double battle. I don't know if I'll have the time to be able to prep that tonight. It's already getting pretty late here. But let's take a look at the next trainer here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the Sun team with Ninetales. See, I could do the same thing, just start by one-shotting the Ninetales. That would bait in always Icicle Crash for Mammoth Swine. I have a couple options for him. I could use either Infernape or Arcanine. Let's see, if I use... I should probably use, probably use Arcanine, because this Shift Tree has Explosion. I could also use I could use Sawsbuck potentially here, since it does outspeed with Chlorophyll. But Jump Kick's not a guaranteed kill there. Let's see, with a Muscle Band, is it guaranteed? No, not quite. I would have to do some chip damage. Probably want to use maybe Infernape here. Let's see, the problem is that he has a 5% chance of going for Explosion there, which would not be good. If I use Arcanine, he doesn't see KO, so probably have to go for Solar Blade. I think I want to need to try to take this out right away. Oh, the Mammoth Swine also has Stealth Rock. We could go for that turn 1. Let me see. I'm gonna look up what another guy did for this fight here. Oh yeah, so what I could do is I could pre-damage my my Archeop so that Shift Streak sees a guaranteed KO with Solar Blade. Which means I would have to go for that. Let's see. Let's see from there. Let's see, what could I do from there? Unfortunately, Sawsbuck, you don't quite have the juice here. I might have to wait. Let me see Silk Scarf. No, Silk Scarf's only 68.8% chance to KO. Muscle Band, Jump Kick has a 87.5% chance. But I would have to do some chips somewhere, and I don't know who I could do that with without risking explosion. I don't really have good priority moves for this guy. I might have to risk Sawsbuck on an explosion, which doesn't seem that great of an option here, but could I try setting up Tailwind maybe? If I could set up Tailwind, I could outspeed the Shift Tree even in Chlorophyll. I would have to use something like I could use Noivern to do that, because it kind of walls out the Ninetales. I could set up a Tailwind, swap to something. That could take some damage. What could I do here? Let's see if I used... Hitmonlee. That would just bait out Typhlosion. Let's see if he has a... Let's see if he has a hard stone. He would show killing rolls. I could potentially sweep with Arcanine from there. Yeah, so because of Hypnosis, I could attack once with Dragon Pulse, set up Tailwind, swap to, so that'd be turn 1, swap to Arcanine, turn 2. Or would it be, so I set it up, swap is 1, Mammo would be 2, Shifty would be 3. Yeah, that should be enough turns of Tailwind to be able to KO this Shiftry here. And then I could just pre-poison or something to prevent the Hypnosis sleep. Yeah, I think that should work. That's actually a pretty cool little line here. Yeah, so let's see. Let me get Noivern and Arcanine here. Let me just bring some guys for backup here just in case something doesn't go right. But this should work. So I just give a let's see. Give a Chesto Berry to Noivern and a Hard Stone to Arcanine. Turn 1. Alright, let's try this out. And just make sure to pre-poison Arcanine. Because I wouldn't want to get him put to sleep on the switch in. Let's see, will I have enough HP? Let's see, worst case scenario would be... Let's see, Arcanine would have to take quite a few turns of poison damage. Yeah. See, I could just pre-status Noivern. That way, it could never go for Hypnosis on the switch. That way I don't have to pre-status Arcanine, so... Because it needs to be in for quite a few turns. It'll lose a lot of health if it's pre-poisoned. So yeah, pre-poison. Attack with Dragon Pulse. Set up Tailwind. See, I probably need to give him a Citrus Berry just so he could survive. Or what I could do is I could attack. No, that wouldn't work. Yeah, I think Citrus Berry, pre-poison, or pre-burn, Noivern should do the trick. Yeah. Dragon Pulse, Tailwind, and then swap. Yeah. So let me pre-burn. And give him a Citrus here. Let's see. Pre-burn 1. Alright. So this should be all that I need. Which would be a pretty nice little 2-mon line here. Alright, so let's try it out here. Let's see. Yeah. Burn, Citrus, and Heartstone. Alright, Rich Boy Santos. Or Santos. Alright, so this fight is in permanent sun because of drought. And the thing that's scary on this team is that there's a chlorophyll shift tree, which outspeeds pretty much everything. It doubles its speed, so I'm just going to counteract that by doubling my own speed. So I'm pre-burned because this Ninetales has Hypnosis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Dragon Pulse once to deal some damage to it. He'll go for Flamethrowers here. With a Citrus, I should always be fine. Alright, so now I'm going to set up Tailwind, as it's going to go for another Flamethrower. Yeah, I needed a Citrus just in case of the very, very off chance that those Flamethrowers got a double crit, which with their burn damage would kill my Noivern. Very unlikely, but you have to prepare for those things. All right, so Tailwind is up for 4 turns. So with Tailwind up, I'm gonna swap to Hamilton, which now outspeeds everything on the team. So with that damage from the Noivern, Rock Slide is now guaranteed to kill. Yeah, so Rock Slide. So this is the second turn of Tailwind. Next up is a Mamoswine. And again, Hamilton just simply outspeeds and KOs with Flamethrower. He'll go for an Ice Shard before he goes down because it's a priority move. And I should have one more turn of Tailwind after this. If I'm correct. I really hope I'm correct on that. Okay, good. So now, Shiftry should come in. Oh. Oh, the Tailwind ran out. That's not good. It's because now Shiftry is back to outspeeding me. Well. If that's the case... he's gonna go for Solar Blade. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of the Tailwind. Unfortunately now, I think I just gotta swap to... probably... Infernape? And hope he doesn't explode. If he does, that's kind of an immediate wipe here, unfortunately. Well, Jonah, you better clutch up here, buddy. All right. So at full health, if a mon has Explosion, it has a 5% chance of using it. Please don't explode. Thank you. Alright, Sky Uppercut will always kill this thing. Alright. 5% chance to lose the whole run there. Alright, so now all that's left is a Typhlosion, which only knows Eruption with a Choice Scarf. Which Hamilton kind of walls this guy. Yeah, so the Eruption, not too much damage there. Alright, so now what's probably most optimal is to Extreme Speed into Rock Slide, which will always KO. Extreme Speed first, so the Eruption does a little bit less damage. So Extreme Speed. Alright, and then we'll take one more eruption here. Yeah. Alright, we're fine. We're fine, we're fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just risk an explosion. Alright, well, so now the next fight is the really, really hard double battle. So, I mean, we can take a quick look at it, but I'm probably going to need to try to plan this another time. Yeah, so what's difficult about this fight is that the leads are Scrafty and Bruxish, which Scrafty has Intimidate with a Fake Out, and Bruxish has Dazzling as its ability, which prevents you from being able to use priority moves. So so that kind of makes planning this fight. And then also there's a Gardevoir in the back that has Shadow Tag, which if you don't bait things correctly can trap you and lay your team to waste. Yeah, so I think for the sake of my mental, I think I'm just gonna pause there for tonight and then try to plan this another time, because this fight definitely needs quite a bit of planning. It's quite notorious. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off there for tonight. Yeah. Alright, everyone thanks for watching, Sean. It's good to see you again, buddy. Yeah, if you ever want to watch me, I've been streaming pretty consistently. So if you ever want to tune in, would definitely love to keep having you. But yeah, go ahead and log off there. So hope everyone have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see everyone next time.